the pattern of the lie of lust is this. It starts with wounds. Wounds. This is the starting place of the stronghold of the lie of lust, is a wound. Now, these wounds are emotional and internal. And they come in the form of what I call hits and misses. Hits and misses. Emotional hits and emotional misses. See, a hit is I would define it as things that happen to you that leave emotional bruising to you. Things that happened to you in your life that left you emotionally bruised. Some examples of that could be names that you were called at school. And that left an emotional bruising. Maybe it was physical bullying at school, not just words, but physical bullying. Self-image issues, online abuse. Maybe you've had an abusive partner. Maybe you've had an aggressive father. Maybe you've had absent parents. Maybe a mentor or a leader betrayed you. Maybe you've gone through sexual abuse. The list of emotional hits that we can take in life goes on and on and on. And the challenge with these things is that they leave us emotionally bruised. That they leave us with this bruising that makes us tender, so that whenever we're in an awkward position, that bruise is pushed on that wound, and now we do another thing which we'll talk about in a moment. But those are hits. Then there are misses. And I would define misses to be things that, not the girl that you're dating, okay? Just to be very clear, not the misses, okay? But just to be very clear, some of you looked at the person next to you like, are you causing emotional trauma? Possibly. The misses in life are the things that you missed in life, things that you never got, things that left you in emotional deficit. So we have emotional hits, but then we also have emotional misses, things that have left us in an emotional deficit. Some examples of that could be that you had no father in the home, so you lacked a consistent male role model. That's why the agenda of this whole idea that fathers don't need to be in the home is a ridiculous thought. No, a marriage unit, God designed it on purpose, but that's not what we're preaching about. Maybe you were never told that you were loved, and so you lack that. There's an emotional deficit there. Maybe you were overlooked in key moments, passed over, forgotten, whether it's in the home, whether it's at school, work, church, whatever it is. Maybe you grew up in a home that never allowed you to acknowledge your emotions. Maybe you were never celebrated for your achievements. Maybe there was no boundaries or discipline as a child growing up. That sounds like a really nice idea until you realize that without boundaries, without discipline, we get really lost in life. We get really entitled in life. Maybe for you never had any solid friends, or even friends who you thought were solid but turned around and left you high and dry, slander you behind your back. That's it's a horrible combination of a hit and a miss. Maybe you never heard "I'm sorry" or healthy apologies in your home. Well, whatever it is, both of these hits and misses give the devil what the Bible calls a foothold in our life. It's these wounds that give the devil a foothold that he can then turn into a stronghold.